LarryWalker is this person that I'm putting together as I glean and learn from my mistakes and endeavor to do better. Loving yourself is not intuitive. You know what I mean? Like, that is not a thing that is just like, well, but dump him, leave him, love yourself, take that pill, you know what I mean? And it wasn't intuitive for me. I like to tell people, like, as I was growing, learning about HIV, especially once I came out as a gay man, I felt like HIV was a part of my responsibility, so I was very HIV positive. And in 2007, when I got the news on June 5th, 2007, none of that was anywhere to be found. Like, for me, you know what I mean? Even though on the surface I felt like real calm, like I mastered. I would always say, like, I never cried about having HIV, so I won't accept anybody crying about me having HIV. But like a weird way, I thought that was like a badge of honor. And now I'm like, I just wish I would have cried. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I would have cried. You know what I mean? Shame is a part of life, right? Especially when you live in societies that garner or facilitate their power by othering the other, you know what I mean? Be it, whatever marginalized group. And I think that, shame comes from, that desire to want to meet the expectations of others, and also holding ourselves to the standards and opinions of others. For Black people around the globe, because of the diaspora and because of like slavery, we all have this feeling of deportability. Even if you're a citizen, you feel like something can happen and you could lose your freedom, you could lose your standing, you could lose your clout, you could lose your sense of belonging, and that's real, and I think that that's an effect of shame too, because we don't want to be ostracized. Nobody wants to be the dissenting opinion or that person over there. Telling my story is cathartic, and I never realized that before, like, because I wouldn't do it, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, you want to be all right? Give me a hug. I wouldn't do the I went through this and that self-identification. Now I try to utilize my story as much as I can to help people when it's relevant. I'm not like going to just be like, well, let me tell you about me, child. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it makes sense, then I'll use it. But yeah. I always talk about my sister. I'm convicted to talk about her because, I just don't feel like her story would ever be told if I didn't tell it. I know it wouldn't. But then also I am empowered from it. I'm just like, I like, even the parts of me that, like, there have been several times that I wanted to give up on HIV in spite of me. Like, I'm like, we got pills now. I can just, like, I ain't got to do this. But then I'm like, dog, like, there are Black women out there who are voiceless, who are just not taking their medicine because they're afraid of this reality. They don't see themselves represented, and, who's going to speak up for them? Especially somebody who has a direct experience losing a sibling, Whatever you do, like, it could be underwater basket weaving. Like, that shit is a movement. Like, you know what I mean? That is a movement. Like, and it don't have to look like anything that and preferably it won't look like anything you've ever seen before. But do it, and because it's gonna make you feel better, and it's gonna leave the space better than it was when you got to the space. You know what I mean? And that's how I'm really starting to, like, just approach life. You know what I mean? Like, do your thing. Like, that's why I would never try to, like, offer a silver bullet inspirations. Because everybody's not the same. You know what I mean? I was just like, baby, do your thing. Yeah, keep